This is a special week. This coming Sunday is going to be something that we celebrate on a global scale. It's Mother's Day. I wanted to take this time in this particular episode, to highlight mothers. The strength that women have, man. Like, I think for me, what changed me was being able to see my daughter come into this world and see my wife and what she had to bear for that to happen.
Like, there are two life events that you can never truly be prepared for. That's life and death.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter how much you think you can prepare for being a parent, there's no book, no manual, no course, nothing can truly prepare you. And that was really an eye-opener.
You really don't understand that sense of unconditional love until you have kids. And I only could imagine now, like, what my mother would have been going through, right? And just the strength that, women themselves have to, like I said, go through 9 months of pregnancy and then labor and delivery. And then, there's a period where the child is fully dependent on the mother. Like, there's really not much the man can do, right? So it's all on the mother, and they sacrifice their time, their emotions, their wants and desires to really set time aside to rear the child. And I think it's something special to watch, and it's something that we should honor. All right, what's up? Welcome back to the new episode of the Myles podcast. This is Myles Jr. And as always, the vision of this podcast is to entertain, educate, and elevate you miles high above your fears, your doubts, and any limitations that you may think exist. Always knowing that those limitations only exist in your mind. All right, so for starters, I want to promote our upcoming Explore Africa tour. Again, I want to update the dates. I think last time I said November 20th to the 30th, but the dates are actually November 20th to December 1st. All right, so we'll be in Johannesburg and Cape Town this year. You could log on to the website, exploreafricatour.com, find out all of the information. Everything is there, the itinerary, the pricing. I'm excited to be going. Babe, you excited to go to Africa this year? You ain't ready? You ain't excited?
Traveling with a kid is different.
I think it's going to be fun.
I'm excited to go back, but it's stressful.
We go in Africa with our daughter this year. She'll be one. Yeah, she'll be one at that point. So it should be pretty interesting.
Months.
Yeah,
No,
she'll be one. November.
Months.
Yeah. So yeah, log on to the website. I'm hoping you guys choose to join us. I feel like it's going to be fun. We didn't go last year. I missed last year, so I'm excited to go again this year. All right.
Kids are welcome.
Yeah, it's kid friendly. So you can bring your kids. As you know, as we said, we're taking our 1-year-old who's going to be with us at the time. So the only thing that kids can't do is the actual game drive or the safari. Everything else is kid friendly.
So you just have to draw straws on who is going to go.
Stay back. If you're coming, husband and wife, you guys got to rock, paper, scissors it out to see who won't be able to attend because they got to watch the kids.
Or you could just bring them to my room, because clearly I'm not going to be the one going.
Because I go it.
You can watch yourself, baby.
All right, so this is a special week. This coming Sunday is going to be something that we celebrate on a global scale. It's Mother's Day. I wanted to take this time in this particular episode, to highlight mothers and just to discuss, with me being a new parent and just coming into like this new area of my life, this new era of life with my wife and my now daughter. I see a whole lot of things differently as a parent. And it's just funny how things I didn't pay attention to or may not have realized prior to becoming a parent, a lot has changed. And I've in thinking back on my childhood and my parents and my mother in particular, who I'm a mama's boy, so she and I had a special relationship. And just thinking about my daughter and how she's been growing over these past couple of months, and seeing her growth, her development, and even my and my wife's growth and development as being parents, and just learning the ins and outs of what parenting is like in real time. I feel like it's something that is special to see and special to do. And I wanted to take this episode to highlight mothers in particular, because like going through the process of having my daughter, I just realized the strength that women have, man. Like, I think for me, what changed me was being able to see my daughter come into this world, and see my wife and what she had to bear for that to happen. And the fact that women were made for this, right? They were built, their bodies were built to give life, produce life, cultivate life. And it's a special type of strength. And I want to recognize that, I don't want to look at Mother's Day as just a commercial holiday, right? I think it's something where I want to honor, like truly honor mothers, and the fact that they have shaped us as men and women. Everyone has a mother or mother figures in their lives, shaped us into the humans that we are today. I didn't understand my mother's strength until I became a parent. Like I said, and I didn't understand the strength of women, I think, altogether, until my wife actually produced our daughter. We said our story, a couple of episodes back, where we went through this whole emotional process of trying to first get pregnant. Then we got pregnant. Then my wife got sick and had a pretty rough pregnancy. Then we had an eventful labor and delivery time. But these past 6 months have been rewarding, to say the least. And just to see my wife morph into like what she has become as a mother, it's been inspirational for me. It's been just something unique to watch, right? Do you feel like there's more to life than what you're experiencing? That deep down you're meant for something greater? It's time to stop wondering and start discovering. At the Monroe Institute of Leadership, we believe every person carries a unique purpose, a calling designed specifically for you. Our transformative courses, Discover Purpose and Unlock Your Potential, are crafted to help you uncover that purpose and equip you with the tools to step confidently into your destiny. These powerful courses are for leaders, entrepreneurs, students, and visionaries like you. Through proven principles and actionable insights, you will clarify your vision and set bold goals. You will identify your strengths and passions. You will overcome the barriers holding you back, and you will step boldly into your God-given potential. Our expert facilitators draw from timeless and tested principles, blending practical strategies with kingdom truths to empower you to lead a life of purpose, impact, and transformation. The world needs what you have to offer. Don't let another day pass without unlocking the greatness within you. Visit our website, themill.org, and register today. The Monroe Institute of Leadership. Renew your mind and transform a generation. How has it been for you, babe? Like, this would be your first Mother's Day. You've officially been a mother for just over 6 months. How's that experience been? Like, how has it affected you personally? Just like being able to now say like, hey, I'm a mother. She about to say something crazy. Go ahead.
Tired. I need a holiday.
And the crazy thing is, you don't get holidays, right?
You don't
That's
get
crazy.
any breaks. For me, I think it's the realization that no one really prepares you to parent and to really take on the responsibility of mothering. I was thinking about this morning. Like, there are two life events that you can never truly be prepared for. That's life
And death.
and death.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter how much you think you can prepare for being a parent, there's no book, no manual, no course, nothing can truly prepare you. And that was really an eye-opener. And no one could really tell you what your experience is going to be, because everyone's experience is unique, because every child is unique and different.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that was really rough. And then also just realizing that your life is not yours anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you are living to keep this child alive, and that's a very sad thing to think about sometimes, but it's very thrilling and inspiring, because you get to breathe life and create and mold this little human that will probably someday take over the world.
Yeah.
So that's really inspiring to me. But there have been challenges, of course, but I think it's been a beautiful journey, one that I would never want to I don't have any regrets. I love being a mother. It is challenging, I will say that, but I love it.
And I think for me, it's changed me from an emotional perspective and a practical perspective, right? Emotionally, like, I find myself just tearing up sometimes. Like, when I see my daughter, when she does something for the first time, or when I just even think about her, right? I find myself tearing up. And then practically, it's coming into it, like, you have this mindset of, this is how I'm going to raise my kid. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm not going to do. And then you get into it, and then you see, your child, your son or daughter, and their temperament is different. It's, how they respond to different things as they develop. And you just realize, like, man, I think I'm going to be a much more patient parent, because I have an understanding of, like, how I was when I was growing up and developing. And my daughter seems to have a lot of my characteristics. Like, it's something crazy to watch, right? I don't know if my daughter is short of patience.
Oh, she is.
No, but I don't know if she's short of patience or she gets frustrated easily.
Both?
Maybe a little bit of both.
It's like, I've never seen someone who's never been here before have so much of a personality.
Like, she definitely has a personality.
From
She is very
day
strong,
one.
very strong-willed. Like, you can't force her to do anything. Literally, like, she'll scream the house down or fight you to not do what it is that she doesn't want to do and what you're trying to get her to do. And just watching that, right? It's an emotional experience, right? Seeing that, and then thinking back on, like, how I was, how I imagined that I would have been to my parents, and just knowing, like, the patience that my mother had. My mother was like that's the one thing I remember about her. She was, like, super patient. And like I said, I was short of patience. I was very blunt, very, very strong-willed. So I only could imagine, like, the amount of time she just had to take a pause and breathe and be like, before I punch this little boy head off, let me just let him be, right? And, like, I see that in my daughter. My wife and I look at each other all the time and be like, but if this is how it's going to be when she gets, like, 13, 14, like, we in for quite a time. But I think it's fun, though, right? Because I think enjoying the experience of, like, rearing a child and helping them to develop into not only the adult or the human that they're supposed to be, but the good human, right? The purpose-driven human. And that's what I'm looking forward to. And that's what I feel like my mother helped me with, and my dad as well. But, I want to focus more on my mother throughout this pod. And, just looking at Sharice, so a great example is, I say that I'm going to be a lot more patient, but it's a work in progress for me. Sharice, like, she is, like, I think me and Sharice, we both of us are a little impatient, right? We short of patience, but I think since my daughter has been born, I've seen her patience grow and be extended, and she's a lot more willing to like allow my daughter to be an infant, right, and to throw fits and to not want to be put down and to have to sleep with her for 8 hours so that my daughter could sleep, even if my wife isn't interested or doesn't want to sleep during that time. Like, it's what she does, and it's just amazing to see like the sacrifice mothers give. I think that's what I'm getting to. Even now, like, it's only been 6 months, and she has already been sacrificing a lot. And you know, I tell her all the time, like, there's nothing that you can ask me for that I'm going to say no, right? Because I've seen, we have life, right? You've given life, and then I've seen what you have given up already, and we have 18 years. Well,
the rest of her life.
The rest of our lives go. Because I'm not going to be one of those parents who kicks my kid out the house.
Absolutely
like at 18,
not.
like, okay, you grow and go figure it out. Nah, my kids can stay in
That is a topic for another day, because I want to expand on that now that we have kids.
What you mean?
Like how, Caribbean parents, you can stay home as long as you want, but Americans have a different, I mean, not single out anyone.
Yeah.
They are like, pack up your bag at 18 and go. And I just feel like I can remember myself at 18. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean I have to leave?
And that's crazy, right? Because I mean, as a parent, right, you know, or you should know, like, the maturity level of your kid at the time. And at 18, I don't think any kid is mature enough to really, like, truly be on their own without any help or support. And for some parents to think like, okay, you're a man or a woman now, you know, you could go out and figure it out. It's crazy. And you know, I just think like you say, I think us in the Caribbean, like, we grow up a bit differently. We are so family oriented. We do a lot together as family. And I remember my dad, like, when I wanted to leave, like, they didn't want me to leave. They're like, you sure? Like, you could stay? And
you see your mom cry.
Yeah, my mother cried. I was ready to go. I was like, look, I need to do something with my life, right? But now, man, you know, my kids could definitely, they're always going to be welcomed in my home, and you know, just the level of love that I've developed, unconditional love at that, right? Like, I don't think there's anything my daughter could do and any of my future kids could do that'll cause me to stop loving them. And you really don't understand that sense of unconditional love until you have kids. And I only could imagine now, like, what my mother would have been going through, right? And just the strength that, you know, women themselves have to like I said, go through 9 months of pregnancy and then labor and delivery. And then, you know, there's a period where, you know, the child is fully dependent on the mother. Like, there's really not much the man can do, right? So it's all on the mother, and they sacrifice their time, their emotions, their wants and desires to really set time aside to rear the child. And I think it's something special to watch, and it's something that we should honor, right? Not just men. I think everyone, kid, male, female, just, you know, everyone has a mother, and everyone has mother figures in their lives. Because I know, you know, just like how some fathers aren't present, some mothers aren't present as well. But the majority of us have a relationship with either our biological mother or someone that, you know, presented themselves as a mother in our lives. And I feel like we need to honor them and hold them in high esteem. And that's what this episode is about, right? I think what mothers pass down to their kids through the development of their kids is something that's priceless. For me, it was patience. It was a level of understanding of life and allowance of, you know, development, allowance of growth, allowance of mistakes to be happen or made, and then coming back from those mistakes, right? And then, like I said, unconditional love. I'm starting to really gain a better understanding of like what that means, especially with the birth of my daughter. I want to introduce you to the Monroe Global app. the ultimate platform to empower your leadership journey and inspire your purpose-filled life. Access timeless teachings designed to help you grow in every area of your life. From leadership development to personal growth, Monroe Global has it all at your fingertips. With the Monroe Global app, you'll have exclusive access to powerful videos and messages from the legendary Dr. Myles Munroe, a digital library packed with life-changing content right at your fingertips, and a vibrant global community of visionaries, leaders, and change makers just like you. Whether you're at home, on the go, or in the office, the Monroe Global app ensures you never miss an opportunity to learn, grow, and lead. Available now on Google Play and the Apple App Store, the Monroe Global app is your gateway to unlocking your potential and impacting your world. Download the Monroe Global app today and take the first steps toward living the life you were born to lead. And you know, like I say, was watching the way that my wife, watching the way Sharice handles my daughter. Sometimes it's like, man, I don't feel like doing this today, or I have stuff I need to do, and you know, my daughter is taking up all of my time. And you know, it's not saying that we don't complain as parents, because we're human, right? So it's like, I don't feel like doing this today, but it's a part of the job. It's a part of what being a parent is. And you know, I think we have to, at least men, for me, let me speak personally, like I have to honor mothers, and because, you know, just seeing what mothers go through just to bring life into this, where like it's a life or death experience, right? There are a lot of, you know, me and Sharice talk about this all the time. And I used to talk about this with my friends all the time. Like I remember, like when we were going through our pregnancy process, the only thing I wanted was a healthy baby and a healthy delivery, because there's so many things that can go wrong. I was just praying that everyone remain in great health, and you know, we were able to go off and grow as a family, like once it was all said and done. So knowing that women put their life on the line every time they bring a life into this world, I think it's honor enough, right? And something that we should recognize and respect. And for me, that's what I want to do. I just want to honor mothers, right? The difference that you guys make in the lives of kids is priceless. Like there's no dollar amount, there's nothing that anyone can put to y'all to say that you don't go above and beyond. And I think it's a special thing.
What's crazy is, before I became a mother, you know, I've had friends, of course, who have had babies before me, and it's like you know that they're mothers, but you don't really know what they go through or they deal with. And a friend of mine, we were talking, and we were like, we have to apologize to our mom friends, because it's like, you was battling and we were out here not knowing what you were going through. So it's like, we would have been better friends because we just don't know. And I feel like in the case of parents, it's like, if you're childless, you truly don't know what your friends are going through, because we're really going through it.
Yeah.
And I think you just don't know if you don't know. Like to experience it is just
something different. Yeah. And that's why, you know, I wanted to take this time out to honor you mothers, just for the effort that you guys have to make each and every day to raise your kids. Like as a father, like I try to do my part and to carry a lot of the weight. But a lot of it is on Sharice, especially with my daughter, who, you know, is only breastfeeding at this point. So, and she is attached to my wife. So, you know, a lot of the times, even if she is with me and she's fine, the minute she sees Sharice, it's like, oh, I want to go to mommy. Like, I'm done with you. Give me to my mother. And it's who kids are, right? And, you know, I think my daughter has an understanding of who I am and that this is dad and whatnot. But, you know, right now, at this very young age, he spends so much time with my wife, and the nurturing factor like plays a lot in, you know, who she sees as, I guess, number one at this point. And it's no competition, right? I just want to make sure that she is always in good health and always taken care of. And that's what mothers do. And that's the job that they sign up for on a daily basis. So I'm appreciative of what it is that the duty calls for, and appreciative that you mothers step up to that call. It's encouraging. So I just wanted to take this time to wish each and every mother out there happy Mother's Day. Well, this coming Sunday, happy Mother's Day, or whenever you're watching this, whatever day it is, or whatever you're listening to this, whatever day it is. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. You guys are truly appreciated. I want to encourage all of you out there that have a mother or a mother figure in your life. Call them up this weekend and do something for them. And I'm talking about giving them a gift, right? Like, express your true appreciation for them, because I think it's important that we honor the sacrifice that they give on a day-to-day basis for us as their kids. And for those of us who have lost their mothers, like myself, I think what we can do is reflect, right? And rejoice in the fact that, they have lived and we have had an opportunity to spend time with them and just learn what parenting is about through their love for us. All right, so once again, happy Mother's Day to you mothers. Happy Mother's Day, my love.
Thank you, babe.
And to all the mothers out there, I'm wishing you a truly blessed and successful life because of the sacrifice that you've made for your kids.
And of course, we also have to mention those who step up and they didn't give birth, but they're still mother figures, moms that have lost. We want to, share our love to them and know that, just because you haven't physically given birth, you can and you are still a mother.
Yeah. So with that, it brings us to the milestone portion of the pod. And for today's milestone, I want to read this letter that I wrote as a tribute to mothers. All right. So dear moms, today I want to pause life just for a moment and write this letter to you. The silent builders, the tireless protectors, the spiritual warriors who shaped our homes and helped shape the world. To my mother, you were my first teacher, my first intercessor, my first real glimpse of love. I didn't know back then how much weight you carried. I didn't see the late nights you stayed awake praying, the wisdom behind the quiet corrections, the strength behind the soft tone. I didn't recognize how your faith went ahead of me, opening doors I didn't even know were closed. But now, as a father myself, I see it and I honor you. You didn't just raise a child, you nurtured purpose. You made room for the man I'm becoming. To my wife, watching you become a mother has changed me. It's not just the love you show, but the presence you carry, the way you cover our daughter in prayer, the way you speak life over her even before she understands your words. You are becoming the kind of mother the world needs more of, intentional, strong, and faith-filled. And every day I watch you, I'm reminded of the generational blessing our daughter walks into because of you. To every mother listening, thank you for the things seen and unseen, for the patience you offer, the grace you give, and the spiritual ground you till, often in silence. You are not just caretakers, you are cultivators of destiny. Happy Mother's Day. From a grateful son, a better man because of a mother's love, and the husband who now sees just how sacred your role really is. So that's what I wanted to leave with you, man. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. To my wife, happy Mother's Day. And I wish you guys many more Mother's Days of success and love from myself and your family. All right. And with that brings us to the end of this pod. Just wanted to celebrate mothers on this particular episode. Again, all of you out there, use this weekend to really show appreciation for the mothers in our lives, whether biological or, the ones that just stepped up to the plate. As always, the vision and goal of this podcast is to entertain, educate and elevate you miles high above your fears, your doubts, and any limitations that you may think exist, always knowing that those limitations only exist in your mind. All right, until next time, you guys stay blessed.